I'm sorry, okay. Excuse me, can I ask you some questions?
Leave me alone!
Just a few questions, Mr. Burras, just a few questions.
No, I've had enough of it, it's too much.
Please, just a few minutes of your time. After initially showing hostility, Mr. Burras eventually agreed to an interview. This is a man who had lost his beloved monkey, a man consumed by grief, who had taken to chain smoking and heavy drinking. This documentary will explore how a once noble man succumbed to vice. When did you first notice that Monkey was missing?
I'd packed up all my things on my way to York, and when I arrived I set up Scottish Rory on his shelf and made sure everything was fine, and it was about that time that I noticed that Monkey was not there on his shelf with Scottish Rory. You know, he's always there, you know, that's where he sleeps and where he lives, and I noticed he was gone. I asked the neighbours, I asked people around, but nobody had seen him, and I left it a few hours, and at 10 o'clock in the evening I reported him to the police as missing.
Is there any reason for his absence that you can think of? Was he feeling depressed, do you know?
He'd shown no signs of being depressed, you know, it was a very good time for us at Christmas. I don't know whether the depression could have hit him after the Christmas period, but I haven't seen him since.
I've noticed that you've been smoking quite a lot through the interview. Is that because of the whole incident?
Smoking has become my coping mechanism. I'm up to about 40 a day now. I've been drinking a lot more recently as well. I find they just both help to sort of numb the pain.
Indeed, after letting me into his house and allowing me to spend the evening with him, I discovered for myself the tortured soul of yon York lad. This was a man racked by guilt, trying to find solace at the bottom of a whiskey glass. His face betrays a quiet desperation, a need for closure. He offers me much drink throughout the night, but I decline. I must keep a clear head. At first he tried to keep his composure, but then the drunken ramblings escalated. He finally finds comfort in a sympathetic companion.
Everything will be alright. Hug me. Need me.
He lies on the floor, consumed by grief. He invites me onto the floor too, but again I have to decline.
You're not my real dad!
They're not even his DVDs. This continues for a good 3 hours, interspersed with the occasional hit of Calpol for an extra mind-numbing kick. He takes his clothes off, claiming that it helps him to relate to his dearly missed friend, Monkey. He cries out to the heavens, but the only answer he gets is from an angry elderly neighbour trying to sleep.
Spike me down! Spike me down!
By the early hours of the morning, Mr. Burras lies unconscious, lost to the world just like Monkey. I leave him to rest, unaware that the worst was yet to come.